This section focuses on what happens before, during, and after a wildfire event, and how these realities directly impact homeowners, communities, and real estate professionals. At this stage, the conversation shifts from prevention alone to preparedness and response. Because in Arizona, it is no longer a question of if a wildfire will occur, but when. The reality of living in a high-hazard fire environment. Much of the Southwest, including Arizona, is classified as a high-hazard fire environment. These areas contain all the necessary elements, fuel, weather, and topography, to support large, intense, and uncontrollable wildfires. Within these environments are homes, subdivisions, and entire communities. However, many homeowners remain unprepared. This creates a growing risk not only to property, but to human life. The key takeaway is this: survivability depends on actions taken before the fire occurs. Pre-fire planning, defensible space, and proper construction are the most effective ways to protect a home. For example, 2 homes in the same neighborhood may experience the same wildfire event. One survives due to proper preparation, while the other is lost due to unmanaged vegetation and poor maintenance. The limitations of firefighting, a critical understanding. A common misconception among homeowners is that firefighters will always be able to save their home. In reality, while approximately 97% of wildfires are successfully controlled, there are situations where fires become too intense to manage effectively. When flame lengths exceed certain thresholds, suppression efforts become limited or even impossible. Fires under 4 feet in flame length can often be managed with hand tools. Between 4 and 8 feet, heavy equipment is required. Between 8 and 11 feet, aerial support such as helicopters or retardant drops becomes necessary. Once flames exceed 11 feet, direct suppression is no longer effective, and firefighters must retreat to safety zones and focus on containment strategies rather than structure protection. This reinforces a critical concept. Firefighters cannot defend every home. The responsibility of protection begins with the property owner. Pre-fire preparation. Actions that save lives and property. Preparation is the most powerful tool homeowners have. Before a wildfire ever occurs, homeowners should organize essential documents, medications, and valuables in a way that allows for quick evacuation. A mobile emergency kit should be prepared, including food, water, first aid supplies, and emergency tools. Families should establish evacuation plans, meeting locations, and communication strategies. Vehicles should be ready, routes should be known, and pets and livestock should be accounted for. From a property standpoint, homeowners should complete defensible space measures, maintain their landscape, and ensure that their home is as ignition-resistant as possible. For example, a homeowner in Show Low who has already cleared defensible space, prepared an emergency kit, and planned evacuation routes will be in a far better position than one who waits until a fire is approaching. When a fire is nearby, immediate action steps. When a wildfire is approaching, preparation turns into execution. Homeowners should move vehicles into position for quick departure, gather valuables, and dress appropriately for emergency conditions. Flammable materials should be moved away from the home or brought inside. Utilities should be managed, propane turned off, lights turned on for visibility, and hoses connected for potential use. Windows and doors should be closed but unlocked for emergency access. A critical step is leaving a visible note for emergency responders indicating who is evacuated, where they are going, and how they can be contacted. These steps not only improve safety, but also assist emergency personnel in making informed decisions during chaotic situations. Evacuation versus sheltering in place. When authorities issue an evacuation order, it must be followed immediately. Evacuation is designed to protect lives, and delaying can put both residents and first responders at risk. Some homeowners may choose to shelter in place. While this is a personal decision, it comes with significant risk. Those who delay evacuation and then attempt to leave later often create dangerous conditions and hinder firefighting operations. For example, last-minute evacuations during fast-moving fires can lead to traffic congestion, blocked escape routes, and increased danger for everyone involved. After the fire, continued risk and responsibility. Even after a wildfire passes, danger remains. Homeowners must check for hidden embers in roofs, attics, decks, and surrounding vegetation. These embers can reignite and cause secondary fires. Downed power lines, gas leaks, and structural damage also present serious hazards. Residents should only return when authorities confirm it is safe. This stage is often overlooked, but it is critical for preventing further loss. Real estate application, from preparation to transaction management. This entire process, from pre-fire preparation to post-fire recovery, has direct implications for real estate transactions. For example, properties located in high-risk wildfire areas may require additional disclosures, inspections, or insurance considerations. Buyers may ask questions about defensible space, prior fire history, and community preparedness. Sellers who have taken proactive measures, such as creating defensible space, upgrading roofing materials, and maintaining their property, can position their home as lower risk and more desirable. On the other hand, properties that lack preparation may face challenges during inspection, underwriting, or buyer negotiations. This ties directly into AAC R4-28-1101 and your duty to exercise reasonable care, as well as ARS, paragraph 32-2153, regarding disclosure and misrepresentation. Fire-adapted communities, the future of Arizona real estate. One of the most important concepts to understand is that wildfire mitigation is not just an individual effort, it is a community effort. Fire-adapted communities are those that work together to reduce wildfire risk through planning, vegetation management, infrastructure, and education. Programs like Firewise encourage this collaborative approach, recognizing that one property alone cannot stop a wildfire, but a prepared community can significantly reduce its impact. For example, a neighborhood in Prescott that collectively maintains defensible space, enforces HOA guidelines, and participates in Firewise programs is far more resilient than one where each homeowner acts independently. Final takeaway: the modern real estate professional. As we conclude this course, it is clear that wildfire risk is not just an environmental issue, it is a real estate issue. Today's real estate professional must understand wildfire behavior, recognize property risk, guide clients through mitigation strategies, and ensure proper disclosure and compliance. This is what separates an average agent from a true professional operating at the highest level in today's Arizona market. Your role is not just to facilitate transactions, but to protect people, property, and outcomes. Online discussion. Why is pre-fire preparation considered the most important factor in wildfire survivability? Answer: because actions taken before a fire, such as defensible space and planning, directly determine whether a home can withstand a wildfire. Why can't firefighters protect every home during a wildfire? Answer: because extreme fire conditions, resource limitations, and safety concerns can make it impossible to defend all structures. How do fire-adapted communities reduce wildfire risk? Answer: by working together to manage vegetation, improve infrastructure, and implement prevention strategies across the entire community.